Hey you guys, it's your girl Vanessa. I'm back again with another video. Today, we're going to be breaking down two things. We're going to be breaking down the Andrea and Rob situation, basically Andrea clout chasing Rob, and we're also going to break down the Kaylor and Aaron situation. Honestly, I have a lot to say about these two. I honestly just feel like that these two, it's also my MacBook in front of me, but I also just feel like that these two just, like Andrea and Kaylor and Rob and Aaron, all four of them, like at this point, it's like a love rectangle mess. But first, I want to touch on Kaylor and Rob. And I think that Kaylor, my girl Kaylor, she is finally standing on business. I mean, when I tell you Kaylor is finally standing on business. So I was scrolling through TikTok and I allegedly heard that like Kaylor decided to like take multiple steps back with Aaron. Basically, Kaylor sees someone as no, Kaylor sees Aaron as someone who she just talks to. And there was a podcast on TikTok, and it basically was like, it had the podcast producers basically asking Aaron, hey, hey, Aaron, how are you going to get Kaylor back? And Aaron was like, it's going to be multiple conversations that we both need to have and stuff like that, blase, blase. And honestly, I think that Aaron shot himself in the foot in that case of more, and everybody was telling Kaylor from time to time, even when she left the villa, to not be with Aaron. And even she could see that Aaron was not good enough for her when she got voted, like when she got like voted fifth place, like when she got voted out of the villa, her and Aaron as a couple. And honestly, it finally takes Kaylor a lot to see that Aaron may not be the one for her. And honestly, Kaylor is starting to see Aaron's red flags. So allegedly, Kaylor and I think her friends were watching the case of Amor, and she was seeing Aaron and Danielle's actions. She was seeing that Aaron was trying to kiss Danielle, but Aaron was stopping himself, and Aaron couldn't stop himself from like talking to Daniela, and also Daniela has been through a lot. But it's just like Aaron could not stop himself from talking to Daniela, and when Kaylor saw that video at first, she still even tried to go back to Aaron, whatever, because she saw that Aaron was still single from Casa. But now, after they've went home and stuff like that, Kaylor watches the actual clip of Casa. She finally sees Aaron's true colors. And like even in movie night, when she was seeing Aaron's true colors, she still stuck beside him. But then she was still on and off about Aaron, like in the whole villa. But then even after she left the villa, she's like, now I don't know about Aaron. Like she literally, her whole perspective and Kaylor's whole demeanor has changed about Aaron. And honestly, I think that Aaron shot himself in the foot. And I think that this whole time, Aaron was being a clout chaser towards Kaylor because he thought that we, as the audience, was going to give him all that fame and all that attention because he was just dating a blondie. He was with a blondie. He thought that he could fool us basically into thinking that him and Kaylor were like this close, and that like since Aaron is like, with the blondie, like everyone's going to be on his side. Everyone's going to be following him. He's going to get the most followers, all this sponsorships, all these brand deals, blase, whatever. But honestly, I just kind of feel so bad for Kaylor because this whole time, Aaron gives me Clay from Love is Blind. Aaron, like Kaylor and AD are the same woman, because if you saw AD and Clay, when you saw like Clay giving AD all the red flags and Clay saying, oh yeah, my daddy cheated on my mama, and like, yeah, like my daddy cheated on my mama, and he was saying that over and over and over again from time to time, and AD did not leave. That's what Kaylor's giving. Aaron is flirting with Daniela from time to time, and Kaylor gets the video, and Kaylor still decides to stick beside Aaron, and now leaving the show. I think Kaylor and AD may be both the same zodiac signs. I think Kaylor and AD are like both the same zodiac signs. They're like both Scorpios because they just act the same when it comes to not listening to people's advice, when it comes to like choosing the right men and choosing the right men to like date with, choosing the right men to be around with. And honestly, Kaylor did herself very like, and I think Kaylor kind of knew that Aaron was a red flag, but also Kaylor was kind of like making an act by acting all innocent and basically acting all like, she was crying a lot because she thought that her crying a lot on camera would give us like, oh, okay, oh, we're so sorry, Kaylor, we're so sorry, would make us feel sympathy for her, and she'll get a lot of clout by putting on the tears on camera, and we're gonna press the follow button on her, we're gonna get her to 1 million followers. And don't get me wrong, she'll still get these opportunities outside, but it's just like, you can't fool us. Like, we know what you were doing, we know that you weren't taking our advice to just leave Aaron alone. And even in that villa, like when you were in that villa, I think she thought that when she got out the villa, she would have all these people saying, oh, we're so sorry for you, Kaylor, we're so sorry for you, Kaylor, but you fooled us wrong, like you got us wrong. And Aaron came on the show for clout, which I think a few people have said on TikTok that Aaron came on the show for clout. He was not really, Aaron was faking things. And I think Aaron and Kaylor were basically the fakest couple I've ever seen in Love Island. And this is the first season I've watched. Oh my God. But yeah, Kaylor and Aaron were the fakest couple that I've ever seen. Because I'm just like, Kaylor, how did you not see that like Aaron was playing in your face from time to time? Aaron was stepping all over you from time to time. Like, you just don't listen. And you even had the girls saying like, yeah, like, is he really the one? And it's just like, you like, why were you even questioning each other? Because it's like, you got a whole psychology degree. Shouldn't you know that Aaron was a walking red flag? Shouldn't you have known to leave Aaron home? Shouldn't you have known to go take your behind home? Like, it's giving that like she knew what the answer was, but she purposely chose wrong. She purposely chose wrong. She purposely doubted herself because she wants to be taking the villain role on this show. And I think she did a good role too. I think she did an amazing role playing that role as well, because when I saw her on camera, I was like, oh, Kaylor, you're giving me good TV. Her and Serena gave me good TV. And it's like Aaron just shot himself in the foot big time. It's just like, you have known better not to kiss anybody. And Kaylor kept her boundaries 100. But you, Aaron, Kaylor kept her boundaries 100%. But it's like, Aaron, you didn't keep your boundaries 100%. You kept your boundaries like all over the place. Like Aaron, basically, Kaylor like is so respectful towards Aaron, and Aaron doesn't reciprocate the same thing for her. Aaron doesn't give anything back to Kaylor. Aaron did that fake date for Kaylor on that episode. I think on one of the last episodes where he was, where Rob was helping him. I think they just did the plan together on their behalf. I don't know. But yeah, like Aaron was never truthful to Kaylor. So on the podcast, Kaylor's like, yeah, like I think I'm gonna take things back with Aaron. I'm gonna take a step back. We're just talking right now. And then Aaron's like, we have to have a lot of conversations. So now Aaron, outside of the show, after the show, Aaron is still, till this day, Aaron is trying real hard to go get Kaylor back. And I don't think it's gonna work, because I'm just like, you cannot tell me that you're gonna change Kaylor's mind and demeanor to like, oh, okay, I forgive you. Like, no, it's gonna take her literally months maybe to even forgive you. And I'm just feel so bad for Kaylor. I'm just like, you did all that towards her. You should be a good man to her. You should be a protective man to her. You should be doing the finances for her. Like, you literally don't give any support towards Kaylor. And I think Aaron just brings nothing to the table. Like, Kaylor is serious about love and stuff like that. Kaylor does doubt herself on purpose. Like, Kaylor needs to know her worth more, I feel like. Like, she needs to know her worth more when it comes to, like, the people who she, like, is dating and stuff like that. And I think that's why Kaylor may have gotten hurt from time to time again, because she keeps on going to the same type of men who are just going to play her around. The same thing with, like, people from Love is Blind. And I'm just, like, thinking that, did Kaylor knew all along that Aaron was playing in her face, but she was just trying to play the villain role this whole time just so that she could, like, get the whole like, oh, I'm the victim. She's playing the victim role. So Kaylor thought that her playing the victim role would get her so much clout and get her such a sobbing, sad story. Like, oh my God, like that. But it's just like, no, like it doesn't work like that. But also, I do feel some sympathy for Kaylor, because I'm just like, she should have just chose somebody else. And now it's like Aaron is trying so hard to get her back, but it's just like, it don't work like that, sweetie. You gotta actually like apologize, like say it with your chest, like how sorry you feel. And it's like, now you even played up. It's just like Danielle ended up with Rob, and I think Aaron forced Daniela and Rob to be together so that Aaron would not get caught with basically trying to pursue Daniela seriously, and basically Kaylor would go off on him. But anyways, Kaylor needs to know her worth better, and Aaron just needs to, like, Aaron doesn't deserve love. Aaron does not deserve any love, and I think Kaylor and Aaron should just simply, I don't even know, if they get back together, I am also here for it. Like, I kind of hope that they kind of work things out and get back together. I don't know, but it's just like, Aaron, like, you kind of shot yourself in the foot. Now on to Andrea and Rob. So allegedly Andrea came out the villa before Rob, but Andrea came out the villa, and Andrea kept on posting all these lives nonstop, and she was posting all these TikToks nonstop. And honestly, I didn't really like that on her behalf. Like, I just did not accept that on her behalf. And then basically when Rob got out of the villa, because if you look at the Call Her Daddy podcast, when Rob gets out of the villa, Rob says that, like, he got the ick from Andrea with what she was posting on live, what she was posting on TikTok, and basically was like, I don't want you, because of the way how she was acting after the villa. And I think that goes to show that, like, Andrea needs to know her worth more as well. And Andrea just is insecure, I think. I think Andrea is just a really insecure woman. She does not know her worth. And honestly, she needs a lot more growing to do. And it's just like, why do you have to do all this talking on social media? Why don't you just make happy TikToks? Be yourself. And it's like, that's why, Andrea, you're not really getting a lot of followers as PPG. Because it's like, PPG, they're not stirring up any drama after the show. They're themselves 100% after the show. That's where they're getting millions of followers. They're getting 2 million followers because they're themselves. They're making all this fun content and whatnot. And it's like, they're going to grow. Even somebody said that, like, they're going to grow capitalism out after the show. They're going to grow so much capitalism after the show because they're themselves. They make funny content. They can make funny jokes. It's like, if you're non-dramatic after any reality TV show, that's going to get you far. And Andrea, it's kind of like downplaying on Andrea, because it's just like, it's kind of hurting Andrea of what she's saying on TikTok, her posting live every single day. And I get it. Like, I used to post all the time as well. But I'm just like, if you're coming from a reality television show, I don't know if it's really kind of professional for you to post. And even somebody was saying that, like, if Andrea has like a PR manager that's like has a manager that is helping her with her social media, they are doing a bad job, because they were saying that if they were her manager, they would tell her not to post certain stuff. And it's just like, the way, like, it's just like, Andrea, like, you would have had Rob as a relationship had you not been so insecure posting crazy on social media. It's just like, is Andrea really psycho that, like, Rob just couldn't take her anymore because of what she was posting on social media? And Rob says on the Call Her Daddy podcast that he needs a lot of therapy, and that he just needs a lot of reflecting to do. He needs to take a break off of dating, which as he should. But it's just also like, Andrea, like, I think you gave him the ick. And I don't know, like, also, I heard that Andrea was taking it too far with talking about Rob, about how, like, Rob didn't leave with her. But it's just like, Rob had the right to say, and I even said this in my last video, Rob had the right to, when one of my other videos, Rob had the right to stay, because it's just like, you guys were only together for 4 days. Let him experience more screen time. Hello? Let him experience more days on the show. And that's what I don't like about Andrea, is just that she just kind of, like, I don't know, like, she just kind of sometimes just like does too much on the media. Even like saying, oh, is Rob a good kiss? I said this in my last video, and I'll say it again. She was like, is Rob a good kisser? Is Rob a good kisser? Whatever like that. And she was like running around, like she was twirling around on TikTok live saying, yes. Like, she is so, and it's giving that she's obsessed with Rob. She's obsessed with people from the cast. She's obsessed with Leah. And I think, is she jealous that, like, does she think that, like, Leah and Rob may get together and that she may have Nigel to herself? I don't know, but it's like, Andrea is very delusional of the way how she's posting. And it's just like, personally, me, If I came out of a reality television show and I got dumped at a villa, I'm sad. I'ma be look on the bright side. I got to go on a TV show. I think Andrea needs to like come and give herself credit. Like she made it on a reality television show and just post positive content. You don't need to. And I think Andrea just gives a lot of jealousy to a lot of cast members. She gives jealousy to PPG. She gives jealousy to Rob. She gives jealousy to Maja. She gives jealousy to Leah, Janae, Serena, like all of them girls and like men. I think she even gives jealousy to King. It's just like, why was King clapping back at her? And it's just like, Andrea needs to know her worth better. Andrea needs to be confident in herself and just know that like, hey, let me post more positive content. Let me be proud that I actually got a chance to be on Love Island. And just like even Daniela also got out of the villa. She didn't get all the screen time. And Daniela, like, she is fine at 100K. She is still posting content. She's not doing any drama on, well, I think she was also on live. But it's like the cast of More Girls in general, they give so much jealousy and hate. Like they are constantly like talking on live and just like, y'all can just post content, funny memes, or like just funny like, oh, like get ready with me's and stuff like that, funny daily vlogs and lives, instead of like constantly just going on live and just putting like, because the more drama you put out there, the more you put people in a negative light, and the more you make people make fun of you, the less followers you get. The more positive you are, the more you take things well, the more followers you're gonna get. And it's just like y'all have to like kind of like take the heat sometimes. And even the people from Cast Something More, be thankful that y'all even at least got to be on the show. And it's just like, I don't know, like, so basically Rob got the ick from Andrea, and that just goes to show that like Andrea is insecure. And Andrea does not live up to Rob's standards. Like, Rob needs someone who's more confident. And I think Andrea does not even have her own identity. She has to bring up somebody else in her, like, she has to bring up somebody else. She has to bash on somebody else to compare herself, I don't even know, to one up against. And it's just like, Andrea does not know her worth, know herself at all. And it's just like, that's why Rob kind of left you hanging. And I think it's kind of backfired on you for talking all that smoke towards Leah, and also for talking all that smoke on live, and for talking all that smoke even like on TikToks and stuff like that. Like, I don't even know, but it's just like, ooh, even when I look at her TikToks, it's kind of negative. And I'm one who also used to post negative TikToks, but it wasn't like out of like something serious. Like, it was jokingly, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like that Andrea also shot herself in the foot when it came to like wanting to pursue Rob, her saying I plead the fifth and stuff like that, her talking all this mess on live. Like, she's just super different. And even Rob was saying that like Andrea in the villa was so different. She stirred up no drama. Everyone was saying that Andrea had no drama. She was stirring up no drama at all. She was quiet towards herself. She was a vibe. She's funny. But then after the villa, she's a whole different person. She changed. Now she's dramatic out of the villa. And it's like, okay, now I think it's like her time. Maybe she's just like, it's her time to shine. I don't know. But it's just like people are now saying, even cast members are now saying that Andrea is a whole different person out of the villa than she was in the villa. And I think that Andrea needs to be her old self. And I think Andrea just gained a little bit of anger and frustration out of this show. I don't know. Like, that's just how I put it. But Rob was saying like, yeah, like Andrea, she just is like, was the whole vibe in the villa. And then when she came out of the villa and was talking on TikTok live, like, she didn't even step foot into her home and she's talking on TikTok live, all this smoke. She's a whole dramatic person outside of the villa. And it's kind of shocking to me. And I'm just like, I thought that like Rob and Andrea would kind of maybe make it outside of the villa. I don't know. I had high hopes for Andrea and Rob, honestly. Like, I don't know. I had big hopes for Andrea and Rob. But that's all I have to say for today. Comment down below what y'all think about all this. Like, comment down below, like, if you have anything to say about, like, Rob, Andrea, Kaylor, Aaron. Do you think that Kaylor and Aaron should still stay together? Do you think that Rob and Andrea could maybe reconvene and try to talk things out? Do you think that Andrea will get all the smoke in the reunion? Oh, yeah, that's another thing. I think Andrea, she may get a lot of smoke in this reunion as well. Like, I think a lot of people will be clocking Andrea's tea this reunion. Like, this reunion is going to be very, very juicy. I cannot wait to watch it. But yeah, comment like down below if you think that like Andrea will get all the smoke on the reunion. Comment down below if there's going to be anything between like Kaylor and Serena. I don't know. But like, no, I don't know. I think Kaylor and Serena are good. But like, there has been so much drama stirring up after this show. I don't know. It's so juicy. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure to hit that make sure to also hit that notification bell. And I'll see you in my next video. Toodles.